The Renault links go back a long way, to 2002 indeed, when Robert raced Formula Renault Eurocup alongside such drivers as Jose Maria Lopez, Christian Klein, Bruno Spengler and a certain Lewis Hamilton. Robert graduated to Euro F3 in 2003 with Prema, winning at the Norris Ring, and in 2004 he raced Euro F3 again, this time with Mucca. This was the year when Lewis Hamilton famously began to sense that Robert was the driver for which he had the most respect. Driving now for Manor, Robert duly qualified on the pole at Macau that year ahead of teammate Lewis and finished second in the main race after finishing the heat in P4. He was on his way. 4 wins secured him the 2005 World Series by Renault Championship, an even closer relationship with Renault, a raft of new motor racing fans from Poland and a Renault F1 test drive. It was BMW, though, who recognised Kubica's real potential, signing him as third Sauber BMW driver alongside Jacques Villeneuve and Nick Heidfeld in the days when third drivers did lots of running on Grand Prix Fridays. Like Sebastian Vettel, Kubica was instantly impressive, and replacing Villeneuve, who had injured his wrist in Germany, made his Formula One race debut in Hungary, where he qualified an excellent 10th ahead of Heidfeld and finished an even more impressive 7th in the wet, even if the final results show that he was disqualified when the Sauber was found to be underweight. No matter, a month later at Monza, Robert qualified his Sauber BMW 6th and finished 3rd. A genuine Formula One star was born. Robert was a consistent point scorer for Sauber in 2007, but that year will always be remembered for his horrendous accident in the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal, when he lost it on the fast kink before the final hairpin. The images are indelible. So was the sight of Robert walking into the arrivals lounge at Indianapolis Airport a week later, pledging to be racing again at the next round of the championship in France. He was true to his word too. At Magny-Cours he qualified 4th and finished an amazing 4th. In true storybook hero worship style, Robert returned to Canada the following year to score his first Grand Prix win. That accident seemed an age away. The sky appeared to be the limit. But it wasn't to be. As is often the case in Formula One, the plans turned awry. Sauber in 2009 raced without KERS and a double diffuser. They dropped to the midfield. And at season's end, BMW announced their withdrawal from Formula One. Robert returned for 2010 to his old friends at Renault and did as well as the car allowed, finishing 3rd at Monaco and Spa, 2 drivers' circuits you might say. And over the winter, James Allison developed a dramatic new shape in the wind tunnel. Robert loved the new car, the black and gold Lotus Renault RS31, when he tested it for the first time in Valencia. He was P1 on the last day of testing. Then came catastrophe. Robert had always loved motorsport in general. He used to watch rallies anonymously as a spectator and race karts in his spare time. Over that winter of 2011, he drove a Skoda in a minor rally in Italy. It was his way of keeping sharp, of having some fun. He brushed a loose guardrail at high speed, however, and the barrier snapped backwards into the car, almost severing his right arm. The motor racing world was stunned into disbelief. It was all too real, however. Robert was lucky to be alive, let alone to retain the use of that right arm. To an outpouring of global public support, Robert was left to contemplate his future. It wasn't the first time, of course, that he was going to be forced to regroup, and so again he dug deep, committing himself to a new career in rallying, where the cockpits could be more easily adapted for him. He recovered more or less, and then broke his leg when he fell on ice near his home in Italy over the winter of 2011-12. This time the news didn't receive the same headlines. Kubica, in the fast turnover world of Formula One, was beginning to become a forgotten man. Still he fought on. He drove Citroëns and Fords in the 2013, 2014 and 2015 World Rally Championships and scored a couple of top 6s overall, several class wins including the 2013 Acropolis Rally, and scored 14 individual stage wins as he proved he'd lost none of his car control or commitment. Racing still lingered in his heart, however, and Renault never lost faith. This week in Hungary, he is testing the Formula One car again in public. His peers will welcome him warmly. Some of the younger drivers will watch him in awe, and we'll be awaiting the next chapter in the incredible, almost unbelievable life of one of Formula One's greatest stars.